Alrighty, y'all. Welcome to Ellis Mowers. Here is my weekly update I've been doing on Mondays. As some of you may or may not know, I schedule my videos out in advance, and so a lot of the stuff I'm working on you won't see, after I piece them all together and whatnot. You won't see on the channel until June. That's actually how far I'm ahead. You'll see videos Wednesday and Sunday at 8 p.m. for the foreseeable future, through the summer, probably in the fall. As you can see, I have a lot of content coming up, and we'll go over how the week has gone here in just a second. But I wanted to start off with a little surprise for y'all. I posted it on my Instagram as well. I'll show you what $200 buys you real quick. So $200 buys you a huge car trailer full of lawnmowers, riding mowers that are complete with decks, engines, and all that good stuff. I am tired after today, working a 10-hour shift at work. Our work, because of all the whole situation going on, everybody knows about it. I don't need to go into it. We're essential, but we're also paring back just to keep the amount of people in the building as low as possible. So next week, I will have a week off. We're going to go on 1 week on, 1 week off rotation until all this subsides. And once it subsides, we'll go back to my normal shift, which I usually work 4 10-hour days and have 3 days off. So that led me to thinking that I'd have more time, because I'm going to have basically 9 straight days of just being at home, because I'm not going anywhere except the grocery store. And I can get the parts and stuff ordered here, so I'm fine otherwise. This led me to justifying paying $200 to buy 5 more riding mowers, in addition to I don't even know how many are out here. I've got one in the garage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the garage, so I'm up to 15 now. I am cutting myself off, all in, all done, until I get some riders turned around and sold. Another justification there's one in the garage I'll show you all that I'm getting ready, and then there are some others I've got 2 more people lined up that want a rider from me. So I'm going to work my butt off whenever I have these 9 days off, and I'm going to turn around as many of these things as I can. I'm going to try and do an inventory of everything that I have. That way I can order a bunch of parts and just roll with it. I've still got them strapped down, as you can see. I had to drive about 40 minutes to get them, which is really not too bad. The nicest one over there we'll get to in just a second. I have the decks and such for all of these over here. So there's a rusted out deck that doesn't have any spindles on it. There's the 42-inch deck for that Wizard, and the 2 hoods that are missing for the Wizard and the Murray. Just loose items I threw in the bed. There's a wheel as well for one of the mowers that doesn't have a wheel. Y'all are looking at them at the same time I am, so let's give a quick lowdown of what we got. We got a Wizard 42-inch, 14.5 horse Briggs. Looks like it's got good compression, but I hate because he left some of the hoods off, and so I got crud in the cylinders and whatnot. So these at the very least are going to need carb cleans, if not a carb replacement. I almost want to buy like 5 or 6 carbs just to have around here, so I can just throw them off and throw them on, turn them around, get them running. I mean, that one doesn't even have I don't even have a carb on it. We'll do the nice one here. It looks like he went and got this one serviced. There's a phone number and whatnot. I probably shouldn't be showing that, but see, they all got batteries and such in them. This one's an MTD Craftsman, one of the LT 2000s that's made by MTD. It's got a dent in the front of the deck, but it's got the 21 horse gold Briggs engine. It's missing the air filter cover, and it looks like, I don't know what people do to these things sometimes. One of them Nicky carbs look to be alright. They're not too bad. They just surge like crazy. This mower was built when? 2011. So it's less than 10 years old. Got compression in it, so that's good. Y'all will see detailed videos of all of these coming up very soon. This one is likely going to be the first one that I work on out of the whole lot because it's the nicest of them. This Troy-Bilt's not too bad. Both of these Troy-Bilts have the steering issues with them, where it's slipping on the gears and such. So I'll have to investigate that. That's a fairly common issue, I think. It's like a water pump to a car. That is a water pump to a car. Interesting. Hopefully he's not... I don't think this guy's missing it. Judging by the way that his yard was, he was just trying to clean out his yard some. This is a Troy-Bilt 42-inch pony, 17.5 horse. Yeah, it's got compression in it too. So all these have life, from what I can tell. You know, some tire tubes and whatnot. I'm going to do an inventory of everything tomorrow, and I'm going to get down, I'm not going to say get down and dirty, mixed mowers, that's your saying. But this one seems like it's got good compression too. It's a 17.5 horse. It's got a Craftsman thing on it. The deck, that's the one that has the rusted deck on it. Missing the wheel, and it looks like the spindle's, you know, bent back, almost like it got broke or something or another, like the steering arm's off of it. I'm not sure. That's easily replaceable. I've got a couple of parts mowers over there, so there's a method to the madness. That'll probably be one of the later ones. And then this Murray here on the back is a 12.5 horse. I think it is hydrolocked because I can't even get it free. So I'll have to investigate that. That's going to be one of the later ones, and he left the hood off and whatnot. But again, guys, $200 for all 5 of these. I know that some of you are like, holy moly, he is drowning in riding mowers. Yes, I am. However, this one right here seems to be an easy fix. Famous last words. Oops, I just mashed my fingers. Seems like the deck belt works on it. The park brake is doing weird stuff. It won't brake, so I think it may be missing a spring or something along those lines. So, but this one right here is well worth what I paid for all 5 of them. And that red Troy-Bilt pony and that Murray back there, all 3 of them are probably going to be good. The Wizard I probably just have to put back together, and then that Troy-Bilt is probably going to turn into a parts mower. I'm not sure yet. We'll get to it. Which led me to having to take all these others off the trailer. What did I pay? $225 for these 4? This Lowe's, this Craftsman. So that's a better deal, I would think, but this ain't a bad deal. So the Lowe's, the Craftsman, the Troy-Bilt. The Troy-Bilt's toast. Basically the only thing good on it is the motor. And maybe the steering gear. How about that? And the other Craftsman over here. That Craftsman I don't think will take too much. The John Deere, I've had to take the deck off. If y'all remember that LA 105 that I sold. Sold to some folks that I know. It turns out that deck was chewing up the deck blade, so I took the deck off. I've got it in the car, and I'm taking it over tomorrow to swap the decks out on it, and also the carb started flooding. So I'm going to try and take care of all that tomorrow and get them good to go again. The Murray, which is pretty much blown up back there, 13.5, 40 inch. This is a parts mower. This is probably going to be the next project because I just need to swap the front tires back off the John Deere onto this, which is what it originally came on. Swap the steering gear out. All the tires hold air. If the deck belt is good and the drive belt is good, I just need to swap the steering gear out, make sure that it runs right. I've got a couple of fuel pumps on the way that should be here near the end of the week, about the time I'm ready to work on this, and hopefully send this one on down the line. Some people are really wanting riding mowers right now, and I really want to try and deliver on them. The Wizard's still sitting here. This Wizard's still sitting here. If I get lucky enough, I'm gonna swap the steering gear off of this Wizard for the time being onto this Craftsman. That way I can hopefully get it out the door. and because I don't really know the condition of the rest of this mower. Because eventually I think I'm going to take that 14.5 off of this one, put it on the Wizard, or put it on that Murray right there, one of the two. So, riding mowers updates done. Turned a lot of stuff around this week. I'll try and remember everything I did. I might have to peek down to the Instagram page and whatnot while I'm doing this. I want to hurry up and do it so that I can get it done in less than 20 minutes. This Troy-Bilt came back. The choke linkage wasn't quite right. The story behind that one, I was able to exchange one that I got yesterday, and I was able to turn it around in about 45 minutes. It was a classic Briggs. I just washed it, sharpened the blade, changed the diaphragm out. I had one of them terrible Chinese diaphragms. I double gasketed it, put a primer bulb in it, finally got it priming right, fired it up, let it run for a good while, kept priming it, make sure that it worked, sent it on down the line, trying to keep customers happy and whatnot. Finished the Lawn Boy this week. All it needed was, I had to put a new carburetor on that one. I did. I ordered a bunch of just Chinese carburetors. They seem to be as good or better than the Briggs stuff they've made in the last few years of these Quantum engines. I had one here that the primer bulb was leaking out of the gasket. It was a newer carburetor and a Briggs carburetor. Had to swap the carburetors on it. I think it was this one actually. Yeah. Sunjoe Reel Mower. All I had to do is take it out of the box, turn the Allen wrenches, the Allen bolts out a little bit so that the blades weren't hitting on the body of the mower. That thing's ready. I've got it listed for $50 and hopefully it'll sell. All but the electric snapper, the 58 volt snapper, is gone. All of the Walmart customer returns in, out, gone. Right at 1 month's time to sell all 40 that I had. It's just incredible. That one's the last remaining one. I've got the weed eater right there. I also sold one of them 2 remaining Black & Decker corded weed eaters. I'm just trying to get them things out and letting them go for $10. Sold some hedge trimmers too. So once that 58 volt, I've got it listed for $250 with the combo with the weed eater. That weed eater was $200 alone if you bought it regular price at Walmart. So I figured that's a pretty decent deal. There's a front and rear axle to a Craftsman. If you saw my Instagram, I got a rusted out Craftsman deck that you see right here. I got the rusted out Craftsman deck. Took the good engine off of it, put it onto a big wheel Murray push mower deck that I had from a residual load Walmart customer return. Slapped the motor on, got $100 for it, and the people said, "Hey, we got our old mower that the teeth on the pull rope came out of. Do you want it?" And it was on. I mean, he even put a pull rope in it. He did it right because he did small engine work in high school, so he's familiar with them. He just wanted to, I guess, change up because this has got the little frame deal right here where it's cracked. I've sold a couple like that. And like I said, this is like a $50 mower at the most. That one probably just needs them teeth in there. I've got plenty of teeth of those. You also saw I got a freeload from a guy that I used to be my manager at the job I worked at in high school. He went all electric. He gave me a Troy-Bilt self-propelled push mower with big wheels in the back, similar to that one, but in nicer shape, a little bit newer. It looked like this one actually, except it was a lot better looking. I got this pressure washer. Got these 3 weed eaters. Or no, this is a separate load. I'm sorry. I got 3 weed eaters from the Troy-Bilt riding mower that I sold yesterday, and that's where that Boland's push mower came from that I turned around real quick and sold. I get them all mixed up. I have 1 weed eater in the back there. I got a bunch of free stuff. I got 2 blowers. One of them was this one. One of them was the steel. I gave the steel to my dad, said that he could use it to blow out the gutters. That steel ran great. This Craftsman is almost done. Tire tubes, and it's surging a little bit, so I'm just trying to figure out exactly what the deal is. I put a new front portion of the fuel pump on it right there at the plate. It's still surging a little bit, but the bigger issue is I was cutting with it and it seemed like it was losing power, so I don't know if it's a coil issue or if it's just starving for fuel after a little while. If it could be as simple as a gas cap, I'm not sure. I might blow out that gas cap, trade out the gas cap. I have a buyer for this lawnmower. I just want to get it right before I sell it to him, and he is perfectly fine with that. I want to get this thing done this week and get it out, get it gone, so that I can move on to the next ones. As you can see, I got a bunch of them here. I've plugged away at the push mowers a little bit. The yard machines just sold, the only non-self-propel one that I had. The lawn boy is ready. I think I'm going to tackle one of these Troy builts next. Probably that one, the Tough Cut 230 back there, because it's complete. The cables and everything work on it. So it might just be a carb deal and send it on its way. We'll have to see. And then I might try and tackle that JS63, the snapper. I've got this Tecumseh over here I need to order a carb for. Like I said, I'm going to do inventory of everything that I got. This mower right here might be worthy of this engine. My dad actually found at the dump on a big wheel push mower that he used the deck for. Oh, that engine's back over here. Sorry, guys. I'm a little scattered. I've been running lately. Yeah, right here. One of the newer yard machines, 550EX series. He said it didn't have any spark. It looked like it had been ran without the air filter. I've got an air filter and an air filter cover for it. If it's got compression, I'm going to give the thing a shot, put a spark plug in it, and see what happens. That rusted mower I'll eventually get to. As you can see, I got a bunch of projects, and I've got a mountain of projects. I'm cutting myself off. I'm done buying things now. I've gotten so many good deals as of late. I just have not been able to help myself. And knowing that I can sell them, that's why I keep buying them, because I know that I'll eventually get to them. It's better to have them in-house, in my opinion, than to constantly be trying to source for items that you don't have. That is my big thing. I'll look and I'll be like, for example, they had 2 free riding mowers for like 20 minutes away from me. I don't even bother with that stuff. One of them was like a YT 30,000 or something. It was very similar. If you watch Turning Wrenches 85, it was basically that lawnmower. He had that and an MTD Gold, both of them $600 mowers easily for free. I don't even bother with that stuff because I know that when they went to bed and checked their inbox the next morning, they probably had no less than 100 messages about them. So I go for the big lots that are cheap, like these 11 push mowers were $75. The 4 riders that I showed you were $225, and I do trades, and the 5 riders on the trailer right there. So you kind of just get the gist. I just wanted to give you all a check-in and show you that I had another big load, and just the deal. I'm excited to be working on these lawnmowers. So I am super excited. I've got 9 straight days basically out here in the garage. I just need to do an inventory of what I need to buy, order my parts, let them be delivered about this time next week, and just crank these bad boys out. If y'all want to see what I'm up to in real time on Instagram and Facebook, check me out, Ellis Mowers 09. You can search Ellis Mowers, and that should get you where you need to be. I appreciate your view, and I appreciate anybody and everybody that wants to subscribe to the channel. Getting close to 1,300. I appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all watching as always. And I'll catch y'all on my next video dropping Wednesday night at 8. See you then.